Hey guys, this is Tape Gabe here, and I'm going to do another video. This one's about buying used vehicles. I'm about to get right into the video here shortly, but used vehicles, what to look out for, what to look for on used vehicles. I'm going to be using my dad's truck as an example, alright? So, you find a vehicle that you want to buy, looks alright, the guy says it's alright, whatever, look at it first, obviously. So, here's an easy way and logical thing to do while checking out a used vehicle. Starting out, you're going to want to find a good-looking vehicle more times than not. So find one that you can be comfortable with driving and do some research ahead of time to figure out if it's a vehicle that's worth your time. Reviews of it, yeah. If you see a bunch of reviews that say it's a piece of junk or that they had to replace the transmission or motor, then it's probably not a good vehicle. I personally would do a 90s Toyota car or a 90s Chevy truck, but everyone has their own opinions. But the other half of reliability is not just what others say, it's what's going on in your vehicle. So when you go look at a vehicle that is for sale, you're going to want to check multiple things. First thing you want to do is walk around the vehicle, see if there's any visible damage. So I'm going to look at this one, sometimes you don't care about aesthetics or anything like that, For example, if you are picky about it, you'd be like, oh, there's that, that stuff, whatever. Me personally, as long as it runs and drives, I personally don't care what it looks like. On this, the paint's old, but it's could be a lot worse for sure. Could be no paint, doesn't matter. But, there's really no visible damage. Like I said, you're always going to want to look underneath it, too, for leaks. I don't have to worry about it because I already know this doesn't have any leaks. Well, not too big of ones, but it's just been raining. Anyway, if you find a leak, you're going to want to dip your vehicle inside of it. Look at it, see what color it is. Red usually means transmission fluid. Light brown to black can be motor oil or something else just as important. Yellow to green, sometimes orange and nasty brown mixture can also be coolant, radiator fluid, whatever you want to call it, and so on and so forth. If there's any leaks on a vehicle you don't know how to fix them yourself, and you don't have any money to fix them, you should just walk away from the vehicle. Next, you should actually open the hood, check all your fluids. I'm going to open the hood. I'm going to set this down real fast. Hang on, give me a second. Something in my sock. It's bothering me, but oh well. Okay, so open the hood. So, let's see. I got it upside down? I do. Well, anyway, I'm going to want to check all the things, such as, motor oil. Make sure it's not milky, for sure. Definitely make sure it's not milky. Make sure it's not low. This one right here, it's not, let me see. It's not milky, but it's also not full. And it's also old. That's because my dad actually drove it for a while. Drove it 800 miles, believe it or not. Anyway, check for things like burned motor oil. See if it's milky. If it's milky, walk away. It could be a blown head gasket. It could be, like I say. Check, fluids like power steering fluid, transmission fluid. You can wait till you warm up the vehicle after you test drive it to check, If you're, like I said, if you're picky about it, washer fluid, window washer fluid. Me personally, I wouldn't care. I never had a vehicle that it worked anyway. Engine coolant, the reservoir tank. I never really had much luck with those. I just made sure everything was inside. Let's see. Make sure the radiator fluid's in there, all good and stuff. It'll usually be green or orange or a nasty brownish mixture or whatever. Also check the battery. Check all that stuff. Check for any corrosion. See the year of it. The year of the battery. Check your air filter. You're going to want to do all that stuff. So next thing, once you check all your fluids, make sure them are all good. You're probably going to want to start it, Whoopsie, excuse me. Let me grab the keys out of my pocket. You're going to want to start it and listen for some engine ticking or anything like that, something bad. Listen to the exhaust and the motor. I've got these keys stuck in my pocket, sorry. And I've also got something in my sock that's irritating me, but oh well, that's not a problem. Also, you're going to want to check like brake fluid and all that stuff too. I'm not even going to bother with that because that looks super rusty. I don't even want to touch it. So yeah, that's also a thing. If you're looking at a rusty vehicle, make sure you look at the brake lines too. Or if you plan on getting them redone, then yeah, definitely. Also rust. Make sure you look at the frame for rust. This is kind of rusty, but like I said, it's not rotted. It's just thick surface rust. Anyway, I already got it unlocked. That's right, damn. Anyway, very nice and clean in here, and it smells good. So you're going to want to start it. Notice if it starts good or bad. And there, it took a little bit, but it hadn't been started for a little bit. And you listen to the exhaust. You just listen for things, you know? I'm not going to have this running too long, though. So I'm going to shut it off now. Well, anyway, that was actually quite good. So, yes, you're going to listen to that. Obviously, you're going to, once you test drive it, at that point, you're going to test drive it, so you're going to press the brakes. Feel if they're too soft or too hard. You don't want to have to worry about that, so just walk away from the vehicle. You know, otherwise, it's just fine. Well, actually, that aspect's just fine. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off track. Then you're going to want to test drive it, you know, check the brakes, see if it shifts through all the gears properly, test reverse, and if everything's mechanically sound, then you should just have a decent, alright vehicle, you know. Obviously, with any used vehicle, you're going to have issues with it, whether that be big or small, but that's why you got to look out for the things. Also, another thing, while it's warmed up, after you test drive the vehicle, once it's all warmed up, you're going to want to test or look at the transmission fluid while the vehicle is running. Make sure that's right. You know, if it shifted funny and you come to find out it looks super low, that's probably why. And, you know, you could try adding more fluid, but chances are, it could either help it or it could stay bad. You never know. Also, never be afraid to ask questions when it comes to things like that. Any question on a vehicle. But, yeah, this was just my, I guess, medium-length video. Doesn't matter. It's not the best out there, but you know what? I'm just trying to make sure you guys get, you know, a decent vehicle, whoever ends up watching this. Well, anyway, this was Tape the Ape, and I probably missed some things, but point them out in the comments below and let me know. Let me know what you think. This is Tape the Ape, and I'll see you in the next one.